guys, welcome back to our channel. If you don't know by now, if you follow me on Instagram, you probably know that we had a baby. Crazy, right? Yeah, but he actually came to us on April 23rd, 2019. He was actually supposed to come in May, but he came a little early and he was here for my birthday, April 27th. So we are so happy, we are so excited and blessed to have him in our lives, little Noah. Well, I've never, actually had done a sit-down video like this before. We usually just do vlogs, but after going through the whole pregnancy, I thought I'd just take some time and document what I went through, just so maybe it could help you guys if you are planning on getting pregnant or if you are expecting right now. I watched a ton of these videos on YouTube and they were really helpful for me to just kind of expect what's going to happen, what to watch out for, what kind of things to avoid, things like that. So I hope you find this video helpful, and I'll just get right into the first bit of it, which is the first trimester. So going back, actually, her and I found out we were pregnant in end of August 2018, and we were stoked, we were excited. We also were super scared, but I had a lot of anxiety about what was gonna happen, the changes that I was gonna go through physically, emotionally, but I knew that it was gonna be a slow progress, and there was 9 months ahead of me before the baby came, so that kind of kept me sane. Or even before we got pregnant, actually, I started taking prenatal vitamins, and that is really important, and it's actually a necessity if you are trying to conceive. It's very important that you should start taking prenatals because it has all the essential vitamins and folic acid, which is so important for the growth and development of the baby and for you to get the proper and essential nutrients that you need to have a healthy pregnancy. So I was taking that every single day, even a couple months before we were trying to get pregnant. And not only did it, help me have a healthy baby, thank God, but it also helped with my hair growth, and it helped with my skin somehow, or it could have been with the pregnancy hormones. It cleared out my skin, it helped with my hair growth, it helped with my nail growth, so I was pretty happy about the vitamins. Now, I really didn't feel a whole lot different than I usually do. Like, I felt pretty normal when the first trimester came around, because for most women, actually, especially if it's your first pregnancy, you don't really show, you don't really have a bump until, for me at least, till the second trimester. So yeah, I felt pretty normal. I did gain a little bit of weight, but nothing too crazy. So I noticed my hips and my thighs were getting bigger, but the bump, like my stomach wasn't getting anywhere. So I felt pretty normal. In terms of nausea and vomiting, because that's like, and morning sickness is like the #1 symptom of a pregnancy. So I really didn't feel a whole lot of that. I felt a little nauseous here and there, but I kind of helped myself to a cup of hot or warm lemon water with some ginger in it, and that really helped curb the nausea. And vomiting it only happened when I had like the food that triggered it. So rice actually triggered it. So every time I would have anything that has rice in it, a couple hours later, I'd throw up. And then my doctor actually just told me to stay active throughout my pregnancy because I was already active. She said, you just do exactly what you were doing before. So I was going to the gym, and I loved actually working out and going for walks because it just helps me physically. Like, not only, it's not a physical thing, it's just a mental thing as well. It just helps me clear up my mind and de-stress. So I was already doing that, so I just continued on with cardio and some weighted exercises as usual. She just said don't push yourself to a point where you're super uncomfortable. So yeah, I just kind of listened to my body and just went on with my regular routines at the gym. So I was in Texas when we found out that I was pregnant, but eventually I moved to New York in October. I went to attend my friend's engagement, and then eventually I found work. I was doing my internship in New York. So that was my entire first trimester, and it was pretty hard working and traveling because you have a long commute because I was working in the city in New York City, so I was living in Long Island, so there was quite a bit of a commute every day. I was commuting for 3 hours every single day, so that was kind of hard. End of December is when I moved back to Texas, and I was in my second trimester by then, and I was showing a tiny little bump, and it was a cute little bump, and at that point I was still fitting into my jeans, which I was happy about, but it was getting to a point where I couldn't close my buttons. So I ditched the jeans. I was just on leggings the whole time, and I was comfortable. I didn't care. I did have a slight breakdown in my closet when my clothes didn't fit me anymore, but I was like, you know what, I'll be back. This is not a permanent thing. I'll be back. So the second trimester, I felt fine. I was gaining weight, and that's normal, okay? I felt like I had quite a big bit of back pain actually, and that actually came with sitting down for long periods of time. That was almost every single day. So I was trying to find a way to help relieve this back pain without taking pain medications or anything, because it was pretty bad. I tried massages. The only thing that really helped me though is keeping myself active and doing prenatal yoga. I found this 10-minute video where this lady just guides you through this prenatal yoga, and it changed my life. Like, that back pain just went away. I think it was because of the stretches that we were doing, well, I was doing while following that video, and that seriously just got rid of my back pain. Also, another thing that helped was a pregnancy pillow. And I don't know if you guys have seen it before. It's just like this huge pillow that you can kind of hug and kind of rest yourself on. So when you're pregnant, you're actually not supposed to lay on your back. It's recommended that you lay on your side, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it's your left side. I was sleeping on my left side the whole time, and this pregnancy pillow just kind of really helped me to always sway towards my left side, and it helped with my posture and my back pain as well. So I highly recommend. It's like one of the best sellers on Amazon. And Hearn was saying, like, even after this whole pregnancy thing, like, after we had the baby, he's like, I claim that pregnancy pillow because it's so comfortable. I'll link it down below. So since my bump was growing, it is so important that you moisturize. And if you have dry skin, the likelihood of getting stretch marks is higher. So make sure that you are drinking tons of water and you're moisturizing your skin. So I was using just any moisturizer that I usually use, which is like Aveeno or Jergens. And then on top of that, I would add a stretch mark cream, which is the Palmer's Cocoa Butter Stretch Mark Cream. And I love that thing. It smells so good. I'll link it down again. And then I also topped that off with a vitamin E oil. And those are the things that I would apply on my bump and anywhere, like my thighs and stuff, just so I could prevent stretch marks. And I heard it's a genetic thing, the whole stretch marks thing, but like, you know, you do whatever you can to prevent it, and if it happens, it's totally okay. You can tell yourself that you've been through this journey, because after pregnancy, I did everything I could, and I still have a few stretch marks on my stomach. So yeah, we found out the baby's gender. The doctor actually found out on our 3rd month, because they do a genetic testing, and I believe it's optional but we decided to do it just to make sure the baby's healthy. And the doctor found out, but we said we didn't want to find out till we do kind of like a gender reveal. So my sister actually called in at the doctor's office and she found out, and then our friend found out and she planned a gender reveal for us. And you know, we found out obviously now it's a boy, and that was really exciting because at that point it felt so real that we are expecting, like there's a human growing inside of me and we are gonna be parents. Like it didn't hit me really till that point even though I had a bump and everything. It just it makes it all real when you find out the gender. It's crazy. So her and I, we never actually went on a honeymoon after our wedding, and we knew that we wanted to go on a baby moon, and one place that we agreed on was Hawaii. And if you guys haven't watched our Hawaii vlog, make sure you do, because it was like literally the best trip of my life. I enjoyed it so much. I loved it. It was just, Hawaii was beautiful. So we have our vlog up and I will actually link it below. The doctor said it was totally okay to travel, and there's no problem. So make sure you're okay by the doctor before you plan a trip. So yeah, I highly recommend you take a baby moon. It's a very popular thing among expecting couples, especially if it's your first child that you're expecting, because this is like literally your last time as you two before a new little baby comes along. So I highly recommend you take that and maximize that time and just enjoy being a couple and yeah, enjoy the time that you have together before things get really crazy and there's a newborn that constantly needs your attention. So I also actually traveled to California towards the end of my second trimester to see my parents, and I stayed with them for 2 weeks. And then my mom actually came back with me to Texas, and she helped me out so much at home, just doing the basic things like just being there for me, like cooking, cleaning, just helping me out with groceries and all that stuff. So that was really great. If you have somebody that can help you out, even though I wasn't like super uncomfortable and I didn't hit the third trimester, it was still really nice to have my mom there. So February ended and third trimester came along and I was getting really, really big. I still didn't invest in any maternity clothes because one, they're super expensive. Two, you're really not gonna wear it for a really long time. Well, I wasn't. So I just didn't think it was worth my money. I thought I could just live with, I had plenty of dresses, so I just kind of lived in dresses, and by that time, by March, it was really warm in Texas already. So I was doing dresses and leggings and I was okay. And third trimester is when I got really, really big and the bump grows super fast, and I started gaining weight like really fast as well. I was going to the gym here and there. I knew that I read somewhere that walking for 30 minutes really help you with an easy labor, so I was doing that. I heard that squatting helps the baby drop down after you hit full term of 37-38 weeks. So I was doing that as well, but other than that, I was, to be honest, very lazy. The back pain went away, so I stopped even doing prenatal yoga. I just wanted to sit at home, relax, and just watch TV and not do anything. And that's exactly what I did, and which explains how I gained so much weight. So I gained over 40 pounds throughout the entire pregnancy. They say 20 to 30 pounds is on average, but it really varies. Every woman's body is different. Your lifestyle change is different. Everything varies. So that's just an average. If you gained more, great, that's fine. If you gained less, that's great. Like it really, doesn't matter. It's each one to their own. So yeah, I was getting uncomfortable because you have this huge bump. You can't bend down. You can't put shoes on. It was, you know, you can't talk without losing your breath. You can't walk without losing your breath. I felt swollen towards the end of March. Our due date was in April. I mean, sorry, May. Our due date was in May, but I felt super swollen because I wasn't as active as I used to be, and and it's also normal for you to get swollen during your pregnancy. Like my face was swelling up, my legs, my feet, my ankles were swelling up. They were cankles, and it was just a whole different situation. So we had our baby shower in April, on April 13th actually. All of our friends came down, and it was such an amazing weekend. Like, we loved having our family and our friends there. And yeah, that was April 13th, and then her and I, like, we literally went out all the time. We wanted to make sure that we maximize our time together. We went out to eat, we went out to watch movies. So yeah, I highly recommend that you just, you know, take it easy, relax the last few weeks of your pregnancy, and really enjoy your time with your spouse, because you're really not going to get that time back. Because, you know, right after the baby comes, those 2 weeks were the hardest, and like, you're glued to your house or your apartment and you can't get out. And for me, I just love getting outside. I love getting fresh air, and it was just really hard for me to just stay at home. So I was expecting that, but at the same time, postpartum was super hard. I can actually do a whole different video of the first 30 days and how I got through it. And April 13th was our baby shower, and Noah was actually supposed to come May 4th or May 3rd, and our induction date was supposed to be May 6th if my water didn't break, or if I wasn't going into labor before May 3rd, or after May 3rd, May 6th, I was going to be induced to get the baby out. So he decided to come early though. He decided to come 10 days after the baby shower. So imagine if we had the baby shower later. Like, he'd just be there at the baby shower, like, hey guys. So April 23rd, I went into labor at 4:30 in the morning, and it was wild. It was a wild ride. I can actually do a whole video with her, and actually, because it was quite an adventure, let me tell you. And if you guys would like that, let me know as well. So yeah, I hope you guys found this video useful, and let me know if you have any pregnancy related questions, as somebody who just went through it. And today actually it marks the 6th week after giving birth. So it's super fresh in my mind. If I can be of any help to you guys, please ask me any questions that you have. I will try my best to answer them. Hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and until next time, bye-bye.